The episode begins with Daughter.Tte saying it looks like they did not want Janick to give a statement in Rishi's favor. Annirudh tells him that he is right. She tells Aditi that Rishi went to Simulboni, so now villagers can't file kidnapping or murder charges against him. Tanushree tells Aditi not to postpone the marriage, because the latter should stay with Rishi to solve all the problems, and no one can come in between Rishi and Aditi after marriage. Aditi says Rishi should not have gone to Simulboni, and she did not love this weak Rishi. And it's becoming difficult to understand this Rishi. Daughter.Tte tells Aditi that she has seen only the tough side of Rishi till now. He says now Rishi's soft side came out, and even he is seeing it for the first time. He tells her that he did not see her on this side. Aditi asks him what he is saying. Daughter.Tte tells her that there is a difference between her old self and her new one. He goes inside. Tanushree asks Aditi not to feel bad, and Daughter.Tte is reacting like this because he is worried about Janick, and says they won't accept Janick ever. Aditi asks why she should suffer. She decides to talk to Rishi before deciding to marry him. The next day, Rishi enters Janick's room. Puthul asks Rishi about Janick's mother. Janick wakes up and asks where her mother is. Rishi replies that Nutan is unwell, so she can't come. Janick gets worried about her mother. Rishi tells her that Nutan has a fever, that's it. Janick says she will go to Simulboni after discharge, so her mother need not come there. Puthul tells Janick that the latter needs to take rest and eat well. Janick says she doesn't have a place to stay, and she will be fine by eating Nutan's handmade food. Rishi tells her that she will stay in his house. Puthul goes outside to pick up a call. Janick asks Rishi why she would stay in his house. Rishi tells her that he made a promise to Nutan, that's why. He says Janick should complete her studies by staying there. Janick refuses to stay in Rishi's house. Rishi tells her that his decision is final. Janick asks him what happened to him finally because he hated her face and her name. Rishi tells her that he will take her forcefully if she won't listen to him then. Anirude and Aditi come there. Aditi says she wants to know why Rishi is interested in Janick suddenly. She tells him that he is increasing their problems. Rishi tells her that he caused Janick's accident and it was his responsibility to inform Janick's family. Aditi tells him that she is not understanding what he is doing. Rishi tells her that he understands that. He tells Anirude that the latter must be understanding him. Anirude gets confused. Hearing this, Aditi tells Janick to go to Simulboni after discharge because she doesn't want any more drama. Janick says Rishi belongs to Aditi and she will go to Simulboni. Rishi tells Aditi that Janick will stay in his house and continue her studies. Anirude says Rishi can't take this big decision alone. Rishi says Anirude would have taken decisions like this in the past. Aditi tells Rishi that he is playing with her feelings. Rishi tells her that he did wrong with Janick. He says he could leave from Simulboni alive because of Janick, and he can return to his job as a respected officer because of Janick. And Daughter.Tte is alive because of Janick. Janick gets surprised hearing all this. Aditi tells Rishi that she can't marry him if he will be like this. The episode begins with Aditi telling Rishi that she can't marry him if he gets involved with Janick. She says Rishi is investing time on Janick. Janick tells Aditi not to get angry at Rishi because she will go to Simulboni. Puthul tells them to talk outside because Janick needs rest. Anirude tells Rishi and Aditi to understand each other, and they are complicating things. Rishi says Aditi won't support him in Janick's matters, and he is not blaming Aditi for that, and he refuses to change his decision. Aditi says she won't change her decision. Rishi tells Anirude that he wants to talk to the latter alone. Anirude tells Aditi to go to college. Aditi leaves from there. Puthul tells Janick to take a rest and not think about going to Simulboni. Janick thinks she wants to go to her home. In the Simulboni, Parashar asks why Nutan is unwell. He tells her that she has to stay alive. He asks her to not leave him, and he exists due to her. Nutan struggles to breathe and cries. Parashar tells her that he wanted to marry her and keep her happy, but she never agreed. Mongol says the doctor went to the city. On the other side, Rishi gives Nutan's letter to Anirude. Anirude says Rishi can't solve everyone's problems, so the latter should send Janick to Simulboni. After her discharge, Rishi tells Anirude to read the letter first. Anirude reads the letter and learns Janick is his and Nutan's daughter. He looks at Rishi in shock. He recalls the moments he spent with Nutan. Then he recalls how his family refused to accept Nutan. And he recalls how he refused to accept Nutan's child. He learns Janick doesn't know anything about him, and Nutan will die soon. He understands Nutan wants him to take care of Janick. Rishi gives water to Anirude. He asks whether Anirude still thinks he should send Janick to Simulboni. Anirude asks whether Rishi talked about this with Aditi. Rishi replies no one knows about it. Anirude asks Rishi to not talk about it to anyone. He says if Janick's identity gets revealed, then everything will be over, and he won't tell anyone about it. He tells Rishi that he understands Nutan wrote this, but it's not confirmed whether she wrote the truth or not. Rishi asks Anirude how the latter can suspect Nutan will lie about this. He says Nutan loves Anirude, and Anirude thinks Nutan may lie to him when she is on her deathbed. Anirude says he can't accept this suddenly. He tells Rishi that his family would break if this news came out then, and he built this family, crossing many difficulties, and Aditi can't tolerate this. He agrees to support Janick financially. Rishi taunts Anirude for talking about money when he should accept Janick in front of society. Anirude says he doesn't have any other option. Rishi says he promised to Nutan, and it was Nutan's last wish. And how can he send Janick to Simulboni? Anirude asks why Rishi is taking this responsibility. Rishi replies, because Anirude is not taking his responsibility. The episode begins with Rishi telling Anirude that Nutan wanted to send Janick to City College, and that was Janick's dream too. He asks how he can send Janick to Simulboni. Anirude asks why Rishi is taking Janick's responsibility. Rishi says Anirude is not taking Janick's responsibility. That's why he is taking it. He tells Anirude that Janick is the latter's daughter, and they would not have faced any problem if Anirude had accepted Janick in the past. Anirude says he can't give his name to Janick because Aditi can't tolerate this truth. He requests Rishi to not tell Aditi about it. He says if Rishi tells the truth to Aditi, then he will deny it, and Aditi will trust him, not Rishi. Rishi says he told Anirude what he wanted to tell him. He snatches the letter from Anirude and says he will keep it. Anirude says that's his letter. Rishi says Anirude doesn't deserve that letter. In the Simulboni, Nutan tells Parashar to make sure Janick becomes a doctor. Parashar agrees. He says Nutan will be alive to see Janick become a doctor. Nutan tells him that she won't survive, and her time is going to end. Parashar asks how this can happen suddenly. Nutan tells him that she ruined his life. Parashar tells her that she completed his life. He says Nutan is his strength, and she will stay in his heart forever. Nutan asks him to get married after her death. Parashar refuses. He asks her how he can live without her. Nutan tells him that her memories will be alive. She says she wants to live for Janick, but God is calling her. Parashar cries. Later, Abhimanyu tells Rishi that the latter created more problems for them by going to Simulboni. Tanushree says Janick's family is not taking Janick's responsibility, so why should they take it? Rishi tells his family that he knows they did not like that he went to Simulboni, but he listened to his heart. That's why he went there. Pyle asks whether Rishi will send Janick to Simulboni after her discharge. Rishi tells them that Janick will stay with them in their house. Everyone gets shocked hearing this. Tanushree says she will leave the house if Janick will stay there. Rishi tells her that he doesn't have any other option. Tanushree asks him what right Janick has to stay in their house. Daughter.Tte says Nutan may die, and they can't tell Janick about it now, and they can't send Janick to Simulboni in this state. Rishi says Janick needs to recover first to travel. Abhimanyu asks Rishi what happened to the latter suddenly. Rishi says he is reacting according to the situation, and he doesn't think he is reacting wrong. Indumbi asks why Rishi thinks Janick is his responsibility. Rishi says he will find a hostel or PG if his family won't agree then. And the one who should take Janick's responsibility is not taking it, so he should take her responsibility. Daughter.Tte asks whether Rishi found Janick's father. Nutan struggles to breathe and dies. Parashar screams Nutan's name and cries. Villagers come there and cry. Meanwhile, in the hospital, Janick takes Nutan's name